deck is absolutely gorgeous. So we'll zoom in and see some very good looking lands here in just a moment. Most of which have been altered. And I have to imagine that those are Entreat the Angel tokens. This Entreat the Angel is on the top of his graveyard. I was watching him play a little bit earlier, blown away by how beautiful his deck is and how great his play is too. You see the life totals 12 to 27. Braverman is ahead in life totals. Don't know if he's ahead in the game, as there is a brainstorm currently on the stack, it looks like. Looks like it is done resolving. And we'll see exactly what Phillip is able to do here. Excuse me, Braverman, as both of their names are Phillip.
Right. So a lot of aspects to this game. A lot of it just has to do with card selection and card economy. So do you have a divining top? How many cards are in your hand? On that axis, Philipp Braverman does seem to be winning. He has a divining top in play, whereas Schonegger has 2 angel tokens. So that's actually going to get down on his life total pretty quick. But by and large, these decks are able to find answers to things. And with fetch lands and this divining top, I wouldn't put it past Braverman to say that he's still ahead right now.
Braverman's down at 26. He does sacrifice a Scalding Tarn, gets a Tundra. He'll shuffle his deck, get to look at 3 new cards of Sensei's divining top. The question is, can he beat these Angels tokens? Does he still have a card like Terminus left in his deck? It is game number 2 after all. Schonegger will cut and Braverman will spin. Take a look at the top 3 cards.
All right. We have a lot of these conditional ones. Looks like Spell Pierce among others, so he doesn't have an answer right away for the Angels.
We're going to go back to Schonegger's turn. Schonegger's going to play a top. That's a pretty one at that. He'll spin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I want that kind of divine. I want my divining tops to look like that when I cast them.
He'll draw a card very quickly. It's a counterbalance. He's going to attempt to resolve this. It's going to resolve. Here is an attack for 8. Braverman's going to go down to 18. We all know the top card of Schonegger's deck as well. It's a 1.
It's a divining top. Things are getting bad real quick here for Braverman. The 8 damage originally seemed like something he could answer, but now when you couple it with the fact that Schonegger resolved the counterbalance, has a divining top on top of his deck, this is not good at all for Braverman. Down a game, he's in a pinch.
It's a spinning of the top yet again, as Braverman is able to set his draw. Looks like he has a lot of reactive elements on the top of his deck. There's a Spell Pierce there, for example. There's an island going to pass the turn back. Phillip will quickly untap. He knows the top card of his deck. It's a top. He'll put it into play. Looks like it will resolve, maybe. Trigger. Draw. Counterspell. Bye-bye. In.
Schonegger does not even check the counterbalance on that counterspell.
He knows the card. So no reason to reveal. Down to 10. There's a top. Oh.
He triggers it and then says, yeah,
that's good to go.
The top card is not a 1. So in this matchup, I'd almost rather be the player with a divining top than a player with a counterbalance. Now, I need to put a caveat on there that if you throw in 2 angel tokens to the counterbalance side, I'll take that one. But it's an interesting fight the 2 have going.
You see a top, going to draw a card, draw a Brainstorm, then bring the top to the hand, put the other 2 cards back. What this lets you do is see the 3rd card down, which unfortunately here for Braverman is just another copy of Sensei's divining top. He is desperately digging, looking for help, and Entreat the Angels is trying to run away with this game. It's a quick untap, draw, attack, put the Scalding Tarn I drew into play. Schonegger is just hoping he's able to hold on and get in these last 2 points of damage. Braverman's going to draw a card. Looks like he's going to spin with top again in just a moment.
So 1 deeper. What is the card? He's looking for something like Dig Through Time.
Oh,
it's not another divining top.
There's 2 tops, a Spell Pierce, a Force Will in hand, and that is going to do it. Phillip Schonegger is going to win this match over Philipp Braverman, 2 games to 0. And for the player who has flown over the lake to get over here to play some Magic, the trip was well worth it, my friend. He wins this match. He's on to the semifinals. He'll be playing against Tom Ross in our next match.
So Tom Ross already won. A person who has a veteran of the Miracles Infect deck has a new challenge ahead of him. If he's not going to be able to take down Schonegger, we will see that in the top 4 later on.